Hello my beautiful friend and welcome back to another daily video. So today we're going to talk a little bit about stupid people again who try to tell you what games you are allowed to play and which games you are not allowed to enjoy, basically. Or rather, how games are being marketed to the wrong people. There is a lot to show, so please grab yourself a drink, maybe a snack, and enjoy the ride. I'm not going to be able to share everything with you in the description box down below, but I'm going to share the most important things. Let's dive in. Everything began with this article here by The Gamer. This is an article, this is a platform, sorry, that I'm not frequenting basically at all. But this came to my attention and I have to talk about this one. Before we go into this specific article, let me show you something. Back in the day, and it does tie in with this one, I promise. Do you remember Angelina Jolie as Lara Croft in Tomb Raider the movie? You can think about her what you want. I don't care. I have no particular opinion about her. Back in the day when the movie released, I mean, I was a tiny little lad. I was a tiny little beard. I really enjoyed it. And you know, for whatever reason, I enjoyed that one. Not only was it a it was a fine movie. It was a good movie. The acrobatics were awesome. She obviously looked stunning, but the story was also fun. And it was basically just tomb raiding. It was just that. Wait, how old is the movie, by the way? 2001. Holy crap. That's been a while. But then we have now this article that came back again. This was from 2022, August the 3rd. Crystal Dynamics and Square Enix all but confirmed the reports after a DMCA. Square Enix obviously not in the picture anymore as they have sold the Tomb Raider IP, but Crystal Dynamics are the ones that are working on the new Tomb Raider games. And I was so excited for these, man. I really was. I hope that Atlantis is going to be good, but Tomb Raider Catalyst, and I also... Oh, wait, I can close the Angelina Jolie one because I have a lot of tabs open. Tomb Raider Atlantis, again, this is the one that looks really good, that also showed us the acrobatics and everything. This might have potential, but then we have Tomb Raider Catalyst, which it's just going to be a Lara Croft with a little bit more age than in Atlantis. So it's chronologically after that one, and you're fighting a nose ring person here, which I think is just really, really funny, but it might be marred with problems. Let's go into this one. This is the thing that I'm going to share, one of the first ones by Game Reactor, written by Erik Hilbakfuru. I don't know, I'm really sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. So back in April 2022, Crystal Dynamics announced it's making a new Tomb Raider, but we didn't get significantly more details other than the game is using Unreal Engine 5. Yeah, now, not that we had to wait too long for more, as Last Stand Media founder and former IGN journalist Corin Moriarty shared what he claimed was leaked documents from the game in last week's Sacred Symbols episode. These claims have now been all but confirmed, because Moriarty and crew have published a new video where they revealed the Crystal Dynamics and Square Enix, no, not anymore Square Enix, apparently still the game's publisher even after selling its Western developer studio back in May. Okay, I take it back, they're still there. No, wait, but we know that the publishers are Amazon now. So they're not... Wait, let me just quickly check on Steam. What does Steam say? Tomb Raider, Legacy of Atlantis. Let's put this up here. And yeah, you can see Crystal Dynamics, Flying Wild Hawk are the developers, and publishers Amazon Game Studio. So no Square Enix anymore. And oh yeah, Flying Wild Hawk Studio, by the way, is it here? Is Fable here? No, it's not. Uh, wait, were those the Fable people? We can look at it in a moment. Okay, but yeah, no Square Enix anymore. Have sent a DMCA request to Patreon, asking the company to remove the Tomb Raider part of last week's Sacred Symbol, which obviously means that it was true what they were talking about. This is, very simply explained, something a company does when it's of the opinion that someone has revealed confidential documents or don't use a product in a fair way. So the two have basically confirmed that the leaks are real. Okay, there it is again. That implies the upcoming Tomb Raider game is planned to include a well-known Lara Croft at the top of her game in her mid-30s, trying to save the world from a mysterious cataclysm. There it is. Together with a group of younger adventurers. You know, the pen and paper group. And yeah, pen and paper is in my mind because just you can basically still see it in the background. The terrain is still there that I 3D printed, my Daggerheart rulebook and everything, because I DM'd a group 2 nights ago. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, this is something that we have in a lot of video games right now. That we have Redditors like Miles McKenzie everywhere. We have the group that is so quirky and the family that is not by blood but by choice and everything. Which can be cute, of course, of course. There are games out there, but I'm terrible with names so I cannot even remember anymore. That I also really like, with the found family and everything, but the majority of them are just really bad. They're not very well written. But yeah, the younger adventurers part, we are going to come back to that one. The documents also said the woman playing Miss Croft has to be prepared for romantic sequences with another female. So I expect to see a ton of heated messages from the same corners of the internet that went crazy when Bloomberg's Jason Schreier claimed GTA 6 will have a female protagonist last week. Yeah, we already seen the trailer for that one. It looks like fun. I mean, it's GTA 6. And yeah, obviously no comments because I've never heard of Game Reactor before, by the way. I've absolutely no idea. And what is this picture, by the way? This looks really bad. I mean, this looks like the generic thumbnail one. You know what? I'm going to use that one in the thumbnail. Thank you, Game Reactor. And yeah, then we have Crystal Dynamics. You know them already. They've been hit by layoffs. We're not going to go over this article. I'm just going to use this for... Yeah, they've made... I wanted to say Crystal Dark, Perfect Dark, which was now cancelled. They're working on Tomb Raider. And this is in the same game genre. I'm not going to share this one here. Just people were laid off. Fable. This is the kind of people these games were basically aimed at. And wait, the Fable remake now, who's making it? Let's just see. Who was it? Wait, developer Playground Games. Okay, it's not Flying Hawk or whatever the name was. Doesn't matter. But yeah, Fable is also... It doesn't look good. Holy crap. It looks really bad. What have they done to my boy back in the day on Xbox? So, now we are back. And you can see already cementing itself as a game for all the wrong people. Because in Jade King's eyes, we are the wrong people. We, the gamers, are the wrong people, which is pretty fucking ironic. And I do not care about the restriction mode anymore. If YouTube is restricting me, yeah, then I'm going to have less views. I don't fucking care anymore. I'm going to curse. So, the gamer, we should be here represented. Not people like this, because who is Jade King? Usually I don't do this, but I am sick and tired of these journalists. Jade King, executive editor and favorite games. So I'm infamously bad at ranking things, so she already admits it. But some of my all-time favorites include Final Fantasy IX, Last of Us 2, Stardew Valley, Nier Automata, Butterfly Soup, Laundry List, blah blah blah, Knack 2. Okay. Industry focus. I'm a bit in an all-rounder when it comes to video games I loves to play and write about. Everything from Final Fantasy to Farming Sim lands firmly in my remit. Okay, I also love to dip my toes into queer media, and there it begins. Animation and ever comics from time to time. If something has cute characters and plenty of sappy emotions, chances are I'll be all over it. Like many critics of video games, I'm not very good at them. Then why are you criticizing them? But I did kill lots of insects in Earth Defense Force, despite having a fear of spiders though. I'm also 12th in the world of a couple of Snow Patrol songs in Guitar Hero 5. Good for you. Who cares? Snow Patrol songs on Guitar Hero 5? You know why you're on the 12th rank? Because no one played. Because probably 12 people are playing these songs. So yeah, this is the kind of person who wants to tell you that Lords of the Fallen 2 is trying to cement itself as a game for all the wrong people. Because whenever people like Jade King look in the mirror, they see this. They see the Swamp Hag from Warhammer The Old World, or Warhammer Fantasy, whichever iteration you like the most. And also, she is one of the ones, wait, which one was it? This tab here. Again, here, Jade King, last year, April 23rd, Stellar Blade's uncensored release shouldn't be a cause for celebration. I do wonder why you say this. Usually, if you know me, I don't go about people's appearances because I don't care. For me, usually every person has something beautiful. I'm one of those people because I always have something beautiful to see about people. Be it a colleague of mine who is on the larger side, but he has such a nice smile that can melt your heart. Or one of my other colleagues, she's usually very rude and she doesn't have many friends for that obvious reason. But she also has really nice eyes and everything. And I really do mean her eyes, you know, the things that are looking at everything. But as these people try to, well, degrade our likes and dislikes in video game characters, I'm also going to go after the looks of Jade King, because we can see a little bit of that she's not the conventional attractive character, and obviously she's using the bonk stick at us, that we are liking Eve, and that it's a bad thing to like attractive people, because again, when she looks in the mirror in the morning, this is what she looks like. And yes, this is a low blow, I'm absolutely aware of it, but why shouldn't we, the gamers, defend ourselves? Also, skincare is a thing. By the way, you should look into that one. Not you specifically, you are beautiful. you know who I'm talking about. And yeah, this is just the end of the article because we still have the main article to go through. I certainly wasn't, and I've played and enjoyed the Stellar Blade demo more than enough to put money down on the full game. Good. Yet it already feels tainted, like we look back on Stellar Blade as a pawn in this fruitless battle for conventionally attractive women in video games and a lack of censorship that proves once and for all that the gamers have won. Because we have won and we are winning, and I am not tired of winning. I want attractive characters in my video games. Be them dudes, be them gals, I don't care. Just give me beautiful people. And I have played Stellar Blade here on the channel in the live streams. I say it again and again, the game hooks you pulls you in with attractive characters like Eve and Adam and some of the villagers in the cities you are visiting. And it keeps you with amazing gameplay. The combat is beautiful. It is so much fun. The story has its flaws, of course, yes. But it's still good. Is it the best? No, it's not, but it's a good story. Stellar Blade is uncensored, but until you show me exactly what was on the chopping block to begin with, this proclamation means nothing. Which is true, absolutely true, I agree. If anything, it does more harm than good. Does it though? Does it, Jade? Yeah, this is one article that I'm going to link, by the way. Then we have the Stellar Blade review all about Eve by Stacey Henley. Obviously not Jade King. But then again, we are going back into the article editor-in-chief. I wonder why these people did not... Well, they were not fired. I wonder why. Not going to go through everything here. Mostly cover analysis across the AAA sphere, focusing on industry shifts, social issues, and consumer backlash, as well as cinema. Good for you. Oh, good for you. Do you want a treat? And you saw again, I'm sorry. I'm choking on our victory. That came out wrong. I'm not going to cut that one. Not a conventionally attractive person, by the way. And then we have, Stellar Blade is confused about the sort of game it wants to be. Protagonist Eve has the stylings and special moves of a character action heroine. Back in the day we called them hack and slash, but moves too slowly and with too little grace outside of battle to pull this slick persona off. Are you sure about that? Maybe you are just bad at video games. But then again, we're not going to go into this article. I just wanted to show you what they say about the game, even though they gave it in the end 7 out of 10 it was. Where's the rate? Where's the rating? Oh, 3.5 out of 5. Yeah, which is 7 out of 10. It's a 70%, and you have your pros and cons. Varied boss encounters, which are great. Great enemy design, they are awesome. Makes classic locations feel fresh. Yes, it does. Also, the DLCs with Infinite Nikki, peak. Absolute peak. Combat and platforming unnecessarily fiddly. No, they're not. Combat is fantastic. It is perfect. Eve lacks personality. You lack... no, I'm not going to say that. Shallow narrative. I can see that one. Okay. Again, it's not the best story of all time, but it's a good story. Yeah, this is also something that I'm going to link you. But what I have to show you is Eve's... Not only the voice actress is a beautiful woman, but the actress herself is a beautiful woman. It's not that they made the character artificially beautiful. No, the person itself is just freakishly beautiful. She's gorgeous. God damn it. Okay, now I can close this tab. Then let's go into this article. I'm sorry, I know this was way too long. We're going to speed through this one. We just needed a lot of things that we needed to talk about because this is so stupid. Lords of the Fallen 2 publisher CI Games made it blatant back in January that it will steer clear of making its games political or including any social elements or agendas in its future titles, which is an absolutely fucking beautiful thing. It claims featuring such things runs a high risk of pushing audiences away, because it does, and it would rather focus on serious games featuring serious stuff like sexy, scantily clad women. Yes! And not only that, you're just focusing on that, Jade. Whatever you want, I guess, just make sure to wash your hands when you're done. Oh yeah, because you gooning all about what was it, the milking farm book or whatever, that is so much better. Of course, of course. This deliberately ignores diverse and inclusive successes like Baldur's Gate 3, which, by the way, is not successful because it has diversity and inclusivity. It is successful because it's an incredibly well-made game, which happens to have diversity and inclusivity, and, by the way, ignores political stances and any social elements in the real world. You know what's in the Baldur's Gate 3 universe? Goblins, orcs, trolls, mind flayers and whatnot. There are so many things in there that have way more grasping things. You know, true escapism. And I showed it in a previous video, way more potential for cosplays, which went on to sell 20 million copies. I wonder why. And cherry picks high-profile cases like Concord to justify the belief that the inclusion of queer characters in unconventionally attractive women makes a title fail. Which it did, and again and again and again. There are so many dots on the chart that it's not dots anymore. It's a pure black line of failure. When I have this at work on an experiment or on an analysis for a substance, this is not a good look. I don't know how many times these people have to fail until they realize that they are the wrong people. They are the wrong people who are choosing these things and who are being marketed at. It's just as simple as that. All these bullshit things with body type A and B. First of all, what is body type A and B? If there is a body type, it's fat, it's regular, it's too thin. That's just it. These are body types. Gender is not body type. If I'm going to go through... I have trans friends. It's just as simple as that. They did not go through body type A to body type B. You know what happened? They switched from woman to man or man to woman. It was that. Not A and B. Get the fuck away with A and B. I'm so sick and tired of this. Give me fat, give me typical, give me too thin. These are body types. And you know what else Baldur's Gate 3 had? A very good character creator. It's like, okay, no, wait. From Software character creators are not the best. They are horrendous. But people are still able to make beautiful characters. Do you know how much time my ex and I spent to make beautiful characters in the game? How much time my ex spent to make her character look like a beautiful woman? It's It's just as simple as that. Um, But yeah, modern games are apparently in such a terrible state, not because of greedy executives, oh yeah, those are also there, ballooning budgets also there, and difficult to sustain development cycles also there, but because the female characters aren't hot enough. Well, it is one of the things. It's an existing argument that very small yet very loud corners of the game development world cling to with unwavering ignorance. Does it? And Lords of the Fallen 2 appears to be leaning on it yet again, if recent comments from CI Games CEO Marek Tymiński are any indications. So first of all, you are the vocal minority, by the way, because you have this platform here, the gamer, which is not catered to gamers, by the way. So I don't know what you're doing there. You should just go and have another job. I played the original Lords of the Fallen, so the 2014 one? Or do you mean the remake one, the one with the lantern? Because I have played the original one on PS4. To be fair, I've only beaten the first 2 or 3 bosses or something like that, and then I saw, okay, this is not a game for me. But still, I played it, and despite some gameplay and visual qualities in need of improvement and lack of polish, the game had plenty to offer. It did. It was a compelling Souls-like experience with some inventive ideas I'd never seen before, such as a lantern, so you did not play the original one. Good journalism skills here, Jade. And you could shine around the environments to play with alternative realities in real time, not to mention a robust and weighty combat system. The only reason why I haven't played Lords of the Fallen, the remake, is just as simple as that, because it's buggy. It does not run well. Well, it did not run well, and right now I'm not so sure if I want it. Not because of controversies or anything, but because I play Monster Hunter Stories. Just yesterday I started playing Monster Hunter Wilds again because it runs beautifully now, at least on my rig, but we can talk about that in our Resident Evil stream later today. But yeah, improving on these qualities would be more than enough for a sequel, but in his pursuit to remove progressive politics and ideas from the game, which again is a good thing, Tymiński has only gone and made Lords of the Fallen 2 political all over again. How ironic. No, he didn't. You are doing this right now, which is ironic. Note, a massive post-launch update released back in April resulted in even more people picking up and enjoying the game, so it's a shame this bigoted stigma is now attached to it. Oh my god, how... No, I cannot say this, man. Oh god, my neck. I'm getting worked up here. Many of you asked why the game initially had body type A and B. Tymiński tweeted this past weekend. Hexworks started early 2020 as an autonomous studio owned by CI Games. Early on, political correctness and filtering meant not every decision reached me on time. I got a lot more involved from late 2024 and now act as head of studio alongside my CEO role, which, by the way, is a really good thing. He went on to say that A and B over male and female was the wrong decision, because it is, and the Lords of the Fallen 2 will be built on real player feedback, and it's crystal clear in the last 2 trailers. Yes! Yes, it's just as simple as that. Also, you can see it on Steam. The community hub is such a vast amount of feedback for developers, where they can see how many people are really playing the game, how many people are really giving us feedback, and what is the feedback. But people like Jade are being not really attacked. They feel like the victim. Like the DoorDash girl who went into the guy's house and said that she was assaulted, you know, from the guy who was passed out on his couch. Whenever people like Jade and what was the name, Stacy, look at pictures like this, they are the victim. It's just as simple as that. Again, because they themselves look like this. When asked by a user whether the game would include attractive female characters, a short and sweet yes was given in response. We also looked at that one earlier. Which makes it embarrassingly clear it's not embarrassing, the sort of audience Lords of the Fallen 2 is trying to court. Within these posts, Tyminski seems to imply that the game perhaps once included a more diverse or even realistic character creator. But anything allegedly woke or progressive was stripped out and replaced with a toolset which mostly restricts players to super buff male protagonists or gorgeous women for them to objectify. No. If it's a good character creator, you can also make your own character, Jade. You don't have to take a preset character that just looks good. You can go back and look like this. And also, diversity in games and everything, just look at Dispatch. Dispatch is a beautiful game. It is so good. Punch Up, by the way, best character, if you know what I mean. And yeah, where was I? I'm sorry, I love Dispatch. But it's not forced in there. You have diversity and inclusivity in that game, and it's beautiful. People love it, so your argument is null and void. By claiming you are removing content you personally deem as political from a piece of art and replacing it with your own, you are creating a new agenda. No, you are creating a new agenda with this whole article here, whether you want to accept it or not. But that won't make it a good game, which absolutely is true. I agree with Jade here. I do. Having attractive characters in your game doesn't make it a good game. But it will bring more people's attention to the game. Just look at Code Violet from yesterday's video. It's just as simple as that. Again, I know I'm a broken record here, but let's move on. It stinks of fake outrage. You are the fake outrage. Trying desperately to sell a 7 out of 10 Souls-like by playing up the idea that the modern gaming landscape has somehow robbed straight male audiences of traditional experiences, which they did, they now have a responsibility to take back, which we do have. But also, look at Elden Ring. Elden Ring has a character creator. You can do whatever you want. You have beautiful characters in there. Oh no, do I want to look up what they think about Elden Ring? Probably not. Also, this is a big tell, by the way. If you are now already saying that Lords of the Fallen 2 is a 7 out of 10 Souls-like, if you're giving Lords of the Fallen 2 a 7 out of 10, this is a big tell that you've already made up your mind that Lords of the Fallen 2 is probably a great game, but you are not giving it a good score. Well, 7 is still a good score, but you are not giving it a better score because it has attractive female characters in it. A similar thing occurred with Shift Up Stellar Blade, which was held up as a symbol of resistance in the modern culture war. The game wasn't afraid to put an incredibly gorgeous heroine front and center whose chest, butt and overall figure excited as objects for players to obsess over and customize. And you know what else it did? It spawned a whole bunch of cosplayers all around the world because women also want to cosplay attractive characters. There was a belief among certain audiences that video game critics and progressive gamers were looking to tear Stellar Blade down. I showed you the articles earlier with the bonk. Believing it stood against the DEI agenda. We'd been slowly but surely infecting the entire medium with. Because you do! Because you did! But instead, it reviewed incredibly well. You gave it a 7 out of 10. Well, and sold millions of copies. It is the best-selling Sony game on the PC platform. It outsold everything else. I wonder why. And now a sequel is even in production, which is also going to sell well, by the way. Personally, I enjoyed Stellar Blade, and even though Eve was a fun and attractive main character with loads of cool outfits to unlock. Where is the but? Tyminski recently posted a poll asking people how important sexy, beautiful characters are in RPG games and somehow prove his bizarre point. Oh, let's look at that one. I already opened it. Oh, we are already at the end. Thank God. And so the culture war moved onto a new target. Yeah, the target never changed. The target was always the same. Get rid of fake agendas, get rid of ugly things, get rid of body type A and B and everything. And to this day, the cycle continues. Yes, it does continue, but it's the same target. It's just another game. Lords of the Fallen 2 is a special case. No, it's not. However, because the developers behind the sequel seem to believe that cultivating this movement is going to make their game more successful, because it does. Either that, or they truly believe in the nonsense they are spouting, because they do believe it. This game is not about progressive politics or the agency of players, regardless of their gender or politics, but about fierce combat, uncompromisingly attractive female characters, and a world worth getting lost in. The irony is that in Tyminski's laughable pursuit of stripping Lords of the Fallen 2 of every single trace of diversity, he has turned the game into an object of political ridicule long before it lands in our laps. I mean, at least I can get a good game into my lap, like a lap dance. Do I want a lap dance from this, or do I want a lap dance from a character that looks like this? By the way, and also again, just a second, it will be remembered for that and nothing more. No, it will be remembered for developers that are working for the gamers. But why am I not going to buy this? Because it's going to be on Epic Game Store exclusively. I don't want that to be, but there it is. I'm not going to buy games on the Epic Game Store. The only game that I've bought is Alan Wake 2 because I just love the universe. But yeah, do we have something here? Let's just look at it. Why is it that when a video game has beautiful women and no politics, it's gross, but when there's stories about how Leon was aesthetically designed to appeal to female gamers, it's lauded as a fun and inclusive moment? Absolutely true. Also, by the way, fun fact, Leon Sexy Kennedy in Resident Evil 9 Requiem was designed by just the women in the team. Because they know what they want. Where Devil May Cry, Ninja Gaiden, Halo, Diablo, Warcraft, Tomb Raider, Need for Speed, Resident Evil, Dino Crisis, and every other Golden Age game designed for the wrong audiences. Oh man, Dino Crisis, we just talked about that yesterday. Sorry if our existence offends you, but these are exactly the types of games we want to see. Let other people besides you have fun and don't judge us for doing so. Yes, I always say, your enjoyment of a thing doesn't hurt me. But if you try to insert the things that you don't want to see or you want to see into my game, or rather the games that I'm interested in, then there the problem begins. Because I'm letting you enjoy your Milking Farm book. I don't really care. My thoughts will not hurt you. It's just as simple as that. But you are trying to insert yourself into my games. And this is the big problem here. Comprehension is key, my child. Okay. Becoming pretty obvious, the whole we just want to exist claim was really we want to completely take over, huh? Yeah, it does. If you don't like it, don't buy it. Not every game is made for you. Yeah, also, yes, but doesn't really matter. Let's just see. Let's settle this. How important are sexy, beautiful characters in RPG games? Oh, I can't vote anymore. Yeah, but, oh, yeah, that's been a while ago. And you can see over 20k votes and 57% say very important. 25.6% say important to some degree, and the negligible rest not important at all. Case closed. It's that. Boop. Oh, Madam Savvy. Wait, for me, I just want the genuine intent of the creators, not checkboxes. Yes, thank you. Not Microsoft's retard list of suggestions, not the approved characters of award show boards, not the ESG demands. Yes. I want what creators want to share, then I can find creators who align with what my eyeballs seek out, and 99% of the time, they make something beautiful, but people think beautiful means photorealism. Madam Savvy nails it on the head. Thank you. I think pixel art can be beautiful, low poly, something that drives my imagination, 2D, 3D. I don't think people are picky. I think the word beautiful covers a broad range. Thank you so much, Madam Savvy. Yes, true. Okay, we talked a lot. I am really sorry that this video is so long, but we had to. And yes, I know this is different. I'm trying something. Please let me know what you think. I'm a little bit torn right now, but again, I'm just sick and tired of this. When we, the gamers, are being labeled as the wrong audience. We are the wrong audience. Yes, of course. If we would not exist, if there were no gamers, by the way, Jade, you would have no job. Think about that. The only reason why there is now someone looking at your article is because of the outrage. And this is something that you know. Because no one cares about the gamer. No one cares about the articles written by Jade. No one cares about the articles written by Stacy. You know who cares? Jade and Stacy. Maybe their families, maybe their dogs or their cats. I don't know. I don't care. And a specific subsection of the gaming culture and industry. But I'm going to leave it at that. Again, the video is already too long, but we had to talk about this. I love you. Thank you so much for being here with me. Please leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section down below. I am keen to know what you have to say. And while you're here, please remember to do all the things that make the dings. Why? Because that way we can build a bigger community and talk more video game news every day. And by that I of course mean like and subscribe. Oh wait, I am through, man. I'm absolutely through. Like and subscribe, whatever you have to do. Share this video with your friends. Turn off YouTube's restricted mode so I can curse more. And I will see you either later in the Resident Evil stream or tomorrow with the next video. Bye, bye, bye. What a day, man.